Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Real City Curling Club for this first draw of the Anita Cochrane Memorial Junior Bond Spiel. It's on the inside. I'm Jordan Kiss doing alongside Craig Lightbody for this one. It's Team Elizabeth Bowles against Team Brian Jessel BMW, aka Sarah Daniels. This should be a very great first matchup here tonight, Craig.
Yes, you got one of the top seeds against one of the middle seeds, so let's see what happens.
Should be a very good, of course. Sarah Daniels last week finished second in the King Cash Bond Spiel on the women's side, but that was with her women's team. It's now her first event here with her junior team now, Craig. She does have a new front end this year. How does that play and affect the way she goes into this game today?
Well, obviously, this early in the year, it's a learning experience. So that's all they want out of this. They want to end the Bond Spiel better than they entered it.
It's going to be Team Daniels with the hammer here in the first end. That was lead Hannah Lidner. Now we have the Team Bowles. Team Elizabeth Bowles here, because there's two Bowles teams in this Bond Spiel, but it's the eldest Bowles skipping this one. It's the lead Sasha Wilson. And that's play a hit and roll. Of course, this Bowles team as well, their first year playing together.
And we're on the guard, which you're going to see a lot of this weekend because the ice is really curling.
Ice is curling. Also, there's brand new rocks here at the Royal City, Craig, and how much of that are these teams going to have to pay extra attention to how these rocks are moving on the ice?
Well, the good news is the rocks are going to be pretty well matched. The tough news is they're really going to curl, so it's who picks up on that first.
So after Team Bowles rocks on the guard, Team Daniels is going to elect to split the rings here. Sweepers try to get that one, but sure, but still a corner guard for Team Brian Jessel.
Yes, a very good miss. Not a problem.
Now it's Team Bowles second, Haley Dubois, who's played with Elizabeth before. Won a bronze medal at a junior provincials just a few years ago. Sweepers are on this one early. That is going to hit and roll out, leaving the opportunity for Team Daniels here to draw around the corner and sit one buried. This will be the Team Daniels second. Jordan Henson here with her first stone in this one, originally from Prince George. Again, a former provincial bronze medalist at the provincials here at Real City, playing for Team Connell.
Makings of a good-looking shot here. Good sweeping.
It's going to get by first, and it will.
Great shot.
Now, decision time for Team Bowles here. You don't have the hammer in the situation low. You want to keep play to the middle. You might be forced to draw around the corner here, Craig.
Well, I would be tempted to run the guard this early in the game. This is a bit of a gamble.
Drawing aggressive right away. See if they can get their draw weight here. Haley Dubois. Looks like it's got a little extra weight to it. Will just slide by and slide out.
Well, no shot is good if you miss it, but that was a very aggressive call for this early in the game.
Team Daniels is going to elect to split the rings the other side. She could also go around her corner in this situation too, or is it a little safer to just to play the open side?
Well, if you go around the corner, you're trying for 3. You go to the open, you're trying for 2. And this early in the end, too. I would go open.
Just a couple rules here for this Bonspiel. It is 5 rock rule. Each team will have 30 minutes of thinking time to play 8 ends. There will be, of course, a 4th end break, and each team will have 2 90-second timeouts. As that draw is made, and the goals here are going to be forced to play the open hit.
And it's quite important that they hit and stay to get Daniel's team away from just playing a bunch of draws.
Especially with the way the new rocks are, the way the ice is current, could the hits be the more difficult shot on the ice today?
I think if you take enough broom, I think they're okay. You just gotta believe it's gonna curl. This looks good. There you go. A little more roll would have been nice, but they've forced Daniels to do the same.
Yep, she is shot, so Sarah's going to ask for the hit here from her third. Sarah Loken, who plays lead on her women's team with Team Daniels, and now third on the junior side. How much of an adjustment is that for one curler to make to play lead and third for 2 different teams in the same competitive season?
Well, I think it's good because you practice now your draw weights playing lead, and you certainly need that as third. But there are different kinds of pressure. On a curling team now, everyone has to curl well.
Absolutely, I see. Hits and rolls out, and Elizabeth going to call for the come around again for her third, Kayla Wilson.
Nope, that rock's gone. That could have picked up something.
It's a possibility, but they're going to try and make the most out of it if they can, at least keep it away from the yellow, and they will sit up there. But another opportunity for Team Daniels to split the rings and sit 2. Sarah Loken delivering her second stone here in the first end.
Well, Team Daniels certainly has their draw weight early in this game.
Yeah, you definitely do another one in the ring, sitting in the 12-foot. Team Bulls again, maybe looking to elect to draw around the corner, or would you just take the hit here and give it the 2?
I would definitely play the hit. You give up 2 in the first end, not the end of the world. You give up more than that, you dug yourself a hole.
Elizabeth will come down and throw her first rock. Be the third chance for Team Bulls here to come around. One heavy and one was light. Of course, if they do make it, they are sitting in a good position. Forced to the 1.
Needless to say, this is a huge shot so early in the game.
It is, Craig.
And this is going to overcurl, I think.
Already on the yellow, gotta be careful not to knock it in. And that one's gonna come up short, and now a chance for Sarah to draw in and sit her 3 here.
All sorts of options here. You could throw another one open. You could throw one in the middle of the sheet to separate the rocks, or go around the guard.
Looks like she is going to elect to go to the middle.
The middle, but behind the tee line, so there isn't a nice hit and roll.
So looking ideally maybe back 8 foot, Craig?
Back 8 foot would be perfect. Very unlikely that they would play a freeze in the first end.
Sarah Daniels will get set to throw her first rock here. Of course, a 4-time champion of this event.
That's pretty good since we've only been running 4 years.
It's the 5th year of the tournament. She's a 4-time champion. Sweepers are on and off this one. This one's not curling, but it's should stay in.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Decision time for Team Bowls here. Is there probably have to make a double here to at least try to only give up 2, Craig?
Hit and roll in front or a double would both be great shots. They'd be very happy to give up 2 at the moment.
Yeah, right now, without hammer, facing 3. Looks like they are going to like to play a hit and roll, or maybe the thin double, Craig.
Yeah, the hit and roll is a perfect shot because that cuts out the one out on the right there. But they'd take a double for sure.
Worst case scenario, at least get one of those out. At least the worst we're giving up now is 3.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth now gets set to throw her last stone here in the first end. Again, they're on this one right away. They make contact. Are they going to roll? And they are going to roll out, and it's going to be an open draw for 3 for Sarah Daniels.
Yes, a dream start for the Daniels team. You couldn't have scripted this any better. They've got their draw weight, and they're going to have a pretty good lead.
Of course, it is only the first end. Still 7 ends to go for Team Bulls. But Sarah still has to make this last one here. Just got to hit the paint for her 3. Jordan Henson calling the line here as Sarah Lokinen and Lindner are on the brush. This one's got some heat to it, but it looks like they will have their own rock as backing, and it is going to be a score of 3 for Team Brian Jessel BMW here in the first end of the Anita Cochrane.
Miles ago, Jam.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%.
Slow and steady, Jam.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Back inside the Real City Crown Club here for the first round of women's side of the Anita Cochrane Memorial Junior Classic. Jordan Kiss here with Craig Lightbody. It was a score of 3 for Dean Daniels and Brian Jessel BMW here in the first as we get set to kick things off here in the second. It's going to be the lead, Hannah Lindner. managed to put this one in the rings. This one. A little heavy as Elizabeth tries to sweep it out, and it will just hang in there, but Elizabeth is going to ignore it and call for the corner guard.
Yes, this gives Elizabeth a little bit of hope here. We can throw up the corner and hopefully keep the play to the outside.
Now, say Hannah made that draw on top of the 4 foot. Would Elizabeth hit it, or would she still like to throw the corner guard?
I think down 3 points they would throw the corner.
Sweepers are on this one. This one's over curling as well.
Mainly because it was short.
Not going to get over the hog line, and no chance for Hannah to put another rock back on the button here.
Well, this one certainly isn't heavy, going by the sweeping.
Sweeper's been on it since the rock was released, and they're trying to at least get it in the rings here. And they will just get it a biter, but still a possibly usable rock for Team Bulls here later this end, as it's still high up there, but Elizabeth's going to ask for the corner one more time from Sasha. Haley trying to keep that rock straight away. It looks good here, and it will sit in the free guard zone and will be a corner guard to use later on. But now Sarah's going to ask her second journey here to come around behind her on yellow.
So this is the change that the 5 rock rule has created. Normally they would have been peeling the guard, but you can't do that anymore.
Will get by the guard, but where will it stop? This one's gonna slide to the back of the 8 foot now. Now for Team Bulls here, you do have a corner guard, but you also have a rock you could freeze to that's buried, Craig.
Yeah, I would go to the middle. Either call is fine.
And you're gonna go around the corner here. Haley Dubois now, her first stone here in the second end. Sweepers haven't touched this one. Is this one gonna sit? And it is going to slide out. The draw weight continues to be a struggle for Team Bulls here. Now Sarah is going to like to go around and really put the pressure on here.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive call. But they do not have a rock. Now, I think if they would have had a rock in front of the tee line, they'd be peeling the corner. But because their rock is not in a good spot, back 8, they want to get one in top 8, top 4.
This one's getting tight to the guard, and it will hit, but will spill in. Not a terrible result for
No,
Team
no,
time
it's
out
in
there.
front of the tee line. It's probably force them to hit now.
Now, facing 4. They're gonna. No, they're gonna like them. Looks like they're gonna call the hit behind the yellow guard. Would you maybe roll the other way behind your own blue there?
Yeah, and you might even make the double. Main thing is hit and stay.
And this one again. And it will make contact, but it looks like it will roll out. And again, the Team Bulls team just can't really figure out their hits. Right now, rolling out on a lot of their hits.
And mostly with over curls. So I think they're going to have to adjust the ice a little bit.
Sarah Luckham, we asked to play the come around again, sit top 4 behind the yellow in the top 12 foot. Sweepers are on and off this. This is always a good sign. Again, going to slide to the back. It's going to create a pocket now for Team Bulls.
Team Daniels had beautiful draw weight in the first end, but now that the ice is a little faster, they haven't quite caught on yet.
Chance here now for Sasha Wilson to come around. Does have backing if she needs it. Seems to be Kayla Wilson, not Sasha, of course, the Wilson sisters. This one again has some weight to it, but will find the back enough to where will roll, and it's going to roll a little open. It's a little too heavy on that one.
Yeah, they got shot rock out of it, which is good, but yeah, not the greatest of shots.
Jared's going to be asked to play a hit here. Ideally, you take your yellow with the back one out as well, and just kind of get less backing as possible. We'll remove both, and now sitting 3 without last rock. Another chance. Team Bulls to draw around.
Let's see if we can finally get a draw in front of the tee line.
We'll see. That could happen here. Kayla Wilson again. Draw again there. This one's tight and light. 2 words you never want to hear in the same sentence, curling. We're going to try to get bounced off the guard here. It will bounce off. Wait, it was too bad on that one. Just this little line, but they are going to sit on the top of the 12th foot now. Daniel's going to maybe have to draw around. It's a little risky to hit that blue one out.
Yeah, if you draw around it, the blue is then acting as a guard. And with the amount of curl, it shouldn't be a problem to get behind it. And they certainly should know this spot.
Definitely. Sarah Daniels, of course, the defending junior women's champion here in BC. Of course, this year's junior provincials will be held in Victoria. December, beginning of January. Or Sarah, a 3-time runner-up at the Canadian Juniors. She throws her first rock here in the second. Again, this one's going to slide a little deep, and as both teams seem to have their back 8 weight down.
Again, another huge shot for Elizabeth, because if she doesn't make this one, she probably won't have much of a shot with her last one.
If you're looking to get in there, ideally you can. Now, do you want to freeze on that yellow rock, or just want to kind of go top 4 behind your own?
Well, I think top 4 would be better, but the freeze would be good because you'd be awfully close to the button, so you just don't want to bounce off. Not an easy shot.
Rock is on their way. The sweepers haven't really touched this one. They're backing off. Hog to hog, that's a 12-5.
And it probably should have been a 14-5.
That's going to slide through, and again, missed opportunity for Team Bulls to sit one there. And now Sarah's going to chance to lock it up here and come around.
Yeah, a good shot here might force Bowles to play the run back on their top 12-foot rock.
Sarah throws her last stone. That one again got some little extra weight, not as bad, but it will slide and sit in the back of the bun now. There's a chance here for Elizabeth to score her one here.
The sweepers haven't had much to do this end, just watch the rocks go heavy.
Saving it for later in the game.
Mm-hmm.
No, just think for her right now. She just threw a rock, back line weight in last one. Would you consider maybe throwing that same weight here on this rock, Craig, and maybe just taking a little less ice?
I don't know if you get shot doing that. You're going to need it to curl as much as it can when it gets by the guard. I think a nose hit will get shot, but you've got to get to at least a nose. You hit this early and roll off, you'll give up a couple. You can actually take a fair bit off because they never, swept it at all. 6 feet lighter for sure.
That's a shot against 5 for Elizabeth Bowles here in the second end.
Look at how ancient she is.
Uh-oh.
This one's looking close. It's got to move a bit for him. I'm trying to make it curl. Will it? It will hit and will spill out. So it's going to be a steal of 2. It's like for Sarah Daniels and Brian Jessel BMW here after 2. It's going to be 5-0. back here in the third end of Real City Curling Club. Jordan Kiss alongside Craig Lightbody. 5-0 for Sarah Dans and Brian Jessel BMW. Our side's back the forefoot, and so far the story for Team Bulls on the last end is not able to find the draw weight really for either team.
No, the first end was maybe a little over aggressive strategy. The second end was totally execution. But throw up a corner guard here, and probably 2 corner guards. Try and get a little aggressive.
This is the 6th time these skips have met in head-to-head action, competitive play. Sarah Daniels has a 4-1 advantage over Elizabeth. Of course, it's been well since the last met. Last time they met as skips was the 2017 Junior Provincials. As the corner guard was made. Now Sarah's gonna call it come around that corner guard and top 8, but it's gonna be short and gonna leave another corner there for Team Bulls.
Yeah, that side of the sheet has not been used much so far, and so that's obviously a little heavier. Yeah, you have 2 corner guards. Go around them.
Sasha Wilson now, her second rock here.
My little giggle with that.
Feature on this one, but looks like it should get by if they can keep it straight. But again, it's playing these. Of course, like you said, Craig, this side of the sheet hasn't been used, and teams haven't realized that yet.
Yep. Around the corner and in front of the tee line.
Jordan Henson now. Looks close, just gotta sit down for him.
Good shot. You see all that late finish because of the brand new rocks. Went by the guard by a foot and was dead buried.
And he's dead buried, of course. Gotta give credit to the ice maker as well, Ken McCardle, the head ice tech here at Real City Curling Club. Let's hear Dubois now. I'm gonna try to figure out her draw over here, just for the corner freeze. This one's again heavy. Again, that one's going to slide to the back of the house. And it will sit in there, but still right now Team Daniels sitting 2.
Well, normally when you're up 5-0, you like a nice simple end, but Daniels is sitting pretty good, but they're going to clear the front by the look of it.
So get rid of the 2 blues up front, but they most likely will leave a corner guard, but still sitting nicely. This one's a little tight to the brim and will only take the top off. Still leaving the 2 corner guards, although.
And actually rolled for another corner.
That's most worst case scenario there for Team Daniels, but another chance here for Haley to get her draw weight and play the corner freeze. See this one take off. Got to keep it straight.
Yeah, I think that was a case of worrying too much about the line and not adjusting for it had to be there. And if they would have swept it, probably would have been a pretty good rock.
Now, so I was going to ask for this long come around here now. Why wouldn't you maybe go the other way and maybe just throw up like a top 12 rock on the center line, Craig?
Yeah, I guess they're worried about the other team doing this, but if you go in behind the yellow could be tapped up, so I guess they just don't want to leave a hit and roll or throw another guard. They do know this line because they played a lot of these shots in the first end. And this looks heavy.
There, look, and that's rocket through the house, and another chance for Team Bulls here to play the corner freeze, maybe play a little tap, or maybe do you try to play the same shot that Sarah did?
Yeah, I personally like the tap because that rock is in front of the tee line. If you can tap it behind the tee line and stay in front of it, you'd be sitting nice.
Kayla Wilson with her first here in the third. She will make contact, but will spin and almost make the perfect freeze, Craig. Very.
Yes, that worked out not too bad, other than the fact that they really buried that other rock now at top 8 foot.
It's still removable for Brian Jessel BMW and Team Daniels.
This will be a fairly big weight shot. Just peel it out. You don't need to stay.
This one's going to hit the inside of the rock. Now, the question is, will this blue spin out? And it will not. Leave it in there. So right now it's Team Bulls sitting one with last rock here in the third end. Now, I guess you would have to play the come around here, Craig.
You do. You could leave it top house and leave a bit of angle on that yellow one because it would be nice in the future if you could get that yellow out of there. But you do have to kind of protect shot rock here. You like to bury a little bit of this. You don't want to leave a wide open double.
Sweepers are on this one again. It's gonna come in, maybe try to get a bounce off the guard, and now it's gonna go right by everything, and
just too late.
And can't capitalize on the opportunity. Now for Sarah is a couple options here. You could hit nose, or do you maybe hit and roll away instead of hit and rolling behind the rock?
I would hit and roll away. Would be the even make the double, get rid of that miter at the back. You could hit and roll a bit to the right, would be a good shot.
But doing that, it would leave a freeze for Team Bulls. That's the
would.
risk. But
no matter where you roll on this, though, you're behind the tee line. So you don't want to roll to the left behind the tee line. That would be the worst shot.
It's going to be close. It's kind of, they sit in the rings. Kayla Wilson sweeps it up behind the tee. We'll get both blues though, but they are sitting one quite nicely behind the line of corner guards there.
Yep, very good shot.
Another chance for Elizabeth to draw around and try to sit top 4 buried.
Well, it's certainly nice to see lots of rocks in play, you know, created mainly by the 5 rock rule.
So Elizabeth Bulls here with her first here in the third. Sweepers are on this one. Looks gonna be close. You gotta get by the guards right now. Sweepers are on it. And will it hit off their blue and a great
Great
stroke
result.
of luck there for Team Bulls.
And good sweeping.
Good sweeping. Takes off the blue and they will sit shot. Looks like it is fully buried and it's kind of got a corner on that yellow one, so it's a very tough one to get out here for Sarah Daniels. And they're looking to possibly play the tap here, tap on their own. But again, that's still an extremely difficult shot from our point of view, Craig. That doesn't look like that's there.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's difficult, but they don't have to move it very far. And if they did, it would be dead buried. I think the only other option is to draw the other way to the back 4.
Would you maybe consider throwing a center guard here and force Elizabeth to draw a little wider?
Yeah, you could throw one in the top 12 foot. I don't mind this. There's really, not much of a danger here. As long as they don't rub the top rock. She knows the ice here. They've thrown a lot of rocks. Oh, timeout.
And they are going to call a timeout here. Of course, each team gets 2 90-second timeouts, and coaches will go down. Of course, the coach for Team Sarah Daniels here in Jessel BMW is Katie Witt, who's been with them, been with Sarah for quite a few years now. And they will discuss this. Now, you are up 5-2, Craig. Do you just you're fine with giving up 2 in this situation?
Yeah, you are fine with that, but you want to make it as hard. I see nothing wrong with the out-turn draw to the back 4 foot. And if you can get shot rock out of it, then they've got to move you. Then the worst thing is you give up 2.
So of course, the other option they presented is that tap on the yellow.
Probably a harder shot, but if you do make it,
It is the best result.
it would be a great result now. Like the other shot you suggested, I don't mind that either. Throw a guard on the right side of center, make the draw really hard. And especially because that side of the ice hasn't been used much, force them out wide, and it would be quite a bit of a guess, actually.
And of course, this is the first draw of the Anita Cochrane Memorial here, the Real City Curling Club, the first event on the BC Junior Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. And now 5-0 for Jessel BMW Team Daniels against Elizabeth Bulls. Right now, without last rock, is Team Daniels just trying to figure out what to do. They are sitting second stone.
There you go. There's one of the options we talked about, making the draw harder for 2.
That is going to be the decision here, as they are going to throw the guard just off the center line, and you either force Elizabeth to maybe play a tap, or you force her to the wide draw. Last rock here for Sarah, and this third end up 5-0. sweeper on this one too. Again, this one is, it's curling. I want to keep this one straight. It is going to come up. It is a guard, but it's not in an ideal position right now. But a chance for Team Bulls to get their deuce here.
No, Sarah was 6 feet lighter than she wanted to be, and because of that, it overcurled. If that was a foot to the right, it would provide a much harder shot here.
Now Elizabeth, chance to draw the 4-foot for her 2. Get right back in this game. Needs the 4-foot here. Sweepers are on this one. It's Anita Dubois and Sasha Wilson. It's got to get there as Kayla comes out to help. And it will come up light. So it's going to be a score of 1 for Team Bulls here in the third end of the Anita Cochrane. And after 3 it is Brian Jessel B&W 5. Team Bulls 1.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Back inside the Real City Curling Club here, the Anita Cochrane Memorial. I'm Jordan Kiss alongside Craig Lightbody. It's a score of 1 for Team Bulls in the third end. So now it's set for this 4th end without the hammer. It's Team Daniels now with last rock as they ask for the center guard. Rock comes off center. And she is going to ask her lead Hannah to come around just for the draw.
So this is the shot they've been struggling with, trying to put one around the guard, but in front of the tee line.
Sweepers are on this one for line. And it will hit the blue, but won't it? It will remain short of the rings, but very usable rock for Team Bulls here to come around the yellow, or she's maybe electing to throw another center guard here, Craig.
Yes, you want to use the 5-rock rule, throw it short. And it's just as well they didn't sweep their own rock in, because now it can't be hit.
Sasha Wilson with a nice shot there, sits right in the top 12-foot, buried, and now Jed's going to ask Hannah Lindner to come around again.
Sarah could have also run up and peeled off her own guard here.
Put it on this one. Yeah.
Well, I would say we're going to have quite an exciting end here.
I think so. Everybody's coming up late so far. It's kind of a difference from what we saw in the second, where everybody was heavy coming this way. Now they're light. And now Haley, Anita Dubois now a chance to make a draw. She's been struggling with her draw weight so far in this one. Trying to get it by. It's going to be close, but there's the weight there. Looks like it was. They'll just move everyone to touch ball a little further in, but they are sitting on the center line. But now Sarah's going to be asked for the peel here now. With peeling, what looks like the blue will go, but that yellow there might stay around and hang out on the left there.
We're definitely going to move some granite here.
Just gonna stick it on the nose. Team Daniels giving every opportunity to Team Bulls here to get one in there and make this a closer game.
Much better having your own rock out there than the opposition. So.
That's true. Kind of the story of the game right now is like, who can make the draw first behind the guards? And again, this one's going to over curl.
And the weight looks pretty darn good.
Usually the line's been good or the weight's been good. Nobody's been able to find that median yet. Of course, still a little tricky out there. Of course, these are brand new rocks here at Real City. They're not fully worn in yet. Another chance for Brian Jessel BMW to peel the guards. Looks like they're planning to hit the yellow one first. Again, it's tight out of Jordan's hand. And again, it's going to be another nose hit. Team Bull's going to have to play the tap on this one. Now they are sitting one without last rock, but it is one top 12. But that front of the house is getting quite cluttered, Craig.
It is, and if you can get this one in 4 foot, it will be hard to get out.
Sweeper's going to get this one for weight. Line looks great. It's going to see if they can at least get it in. And it will come up just short. Now for Team Dan, it's a time to maybe forget about trying to clear things up and just try to get one in there now.
They could also spin this in if they hit it right.
So they will play the peel again. Sarah Loken with her turn.
Too skinny.
It's going to hit the blue one first, but it's going to spill in one of the blues. Now, Team Bulls sitting 2 without last rock as we get set for the final third stones. Now there is room to draw here for Team Bulls. Is that the call, Craig?
You know, there is something to be said for another short rock.
Looks like they're going to take either or here.
Because if you come in deep, they'll just follow you in.
Right out of her hand. Keeper's trying to keep this one straight. Team Bulls here going to like to play the come around and sit 3 and force Sarah's a difficult shot to score. It's been an end of guard so far here in the 4th. Elizabeth is going to try to get one in the rings here and really make Sarah to force a difficult shot, and needs this one. Ideally 8 foot. They're on it right now. They're sweeping it to make it curl. Right now they got to get it there for weight. It's going to be good if they get there for weight. It is going to be in the rings. Now where can they get it to?
Very good shot.
They will sit top 8 foot, and Sarah's going to be left with this kind of this slash here to, or maybe just play the tap. I guess it's easier to play the tap than play some weight at it, Craig.
I would say so.
On this ice?
It's not easy though.
It's not. Either shot's not easy. I think right now it's just putting the broom in the right spot. Of course, after this end, there will be a 5-minute 4th end break. So, Sarah Daniels, the team Brian Jessel BMW, has a shot against 3 here. Very important to score, of course, if you Team Bull scores, they get right back in this game. It's close, they're calling on it for line. No, is it gonna be close? And it just hit the other one first, and it's gonna be a steal of 1, looks like. Be a steal of 1 for Team Bulls. So halfway through this one here at the Anita Cochrane, it's gonna be Team Downs and Brian Jessel BMW 5, Elizabeth Bulls 2. Of course, there's a 5-minute 4th end break. We'll talk to you again in 5 minutes.
Miles ago, Jam.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, Jam.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Welcome back inside the Real City Curling Club here at the Anita Cochrane Memorial in this first draw on the women's side between Team Daniels and Brian Jessel BMW and Elizabeth Bulls. It was a steal of 1 for Team Bulls in the fourth. It's now 5-2 for Team Brian Jessel BMW. Jordan Kiss alongside Craig Lightbody here. And then our first of 4 games here today. Of course, will be live streaming sheet for all weekend long. The first rock from Team Bulls comes just off the center line. This will be Hannah Lindner now for Team Daniels, originally from Fort St. John. And this one's going to come and rack on the guard. Again, the common theme so far today, Craig, a lot of over curling.
A lot of over curling. Yeah, the weight was good on that. There was lots of weight. The line shouldn't have been a problem with that weight.
Now, with the conditions today, of course, these rocks are new. They are curling as well, but also the ice is curling a lot too. From what you've seen, do you feel like these teams don't really know that these rocks are curling, or is it maybe they're just the ice is just curling a lot more than what they think it would?
I think Sarah Daniels is a very experienced skip. She knows how much it's curling. I don't think it's early in the season yet. They're just not throwing them that well. That would be my guess.
And again, this one's gonna rack on the yellow guard. So we're gonna have another. First two rocks are kind of our guards right now, where one of them are just for Team Bulls, just biting the top 12. It looks like from our camera here. Might have to put a stick to that, but another chance for Hannah here to come around
and Sarah did give significantly more ice for this shot.
This one's gonna come by with plenty of room, and it's gonna sink in there. We'll get in there. We'll get in there for shot rock.
However, in reality, on this ice, that's really a guard. It's in the rings, but you can still draw behind this.
And Haley Dubois, a chance to come around again. Sweepers are just a light touch on this one, so we're trying to make a curl. It will get by the guard. And this one's going to come in very nicely. It's going to sit on the tee line. Perfect shot by Haley Dubois, who was struggling with her draw weight early on in the game, and it just looks like she's finally found it, and Sarah's going to be forced to peel. Sending down. He'll get some rocks moving, a little thicker than what they wanted to hit, but we'll open up the front.
Yeah, moved 2 guards and created a corner. It's a good shot.
Now for Team Bulls, chance to throw the guard here. Are off this one. Line looks good. Love to be on the center line here, but don't want to be super deep. But good result there. will block off that yellow raise. Now Sarah's going to elect to play this kind of double here, Craig, instead of maybe just peeling off the center guard.
Yes, quite an aggressive shot. Even if you make this, there's still going to be 2 guards. So I would have been more tempted to try and run up the middle and get rid of 2 guards.
Long double here for Jordan. And she will jam a little bit. It's going to roll partially open.
That was actually a pretty good result.
Of course, like I said, the way that this rock is, or these rocks are curling, the way the ice is, no rock is safe behind a guard. But they're going to maybe ask for play the come around. Maybe guard the hole is probably the better option here, Craig.
I would definitely guard the hole. There's a hit and roll off that one. You know, it's mainly open. You got to be careful you don't set up a double here.
They are going to play the come around. How are you doing?
Excellent, thank you.
This one's getting close to the blue, but will they do the shot? You kind of wanted Craig to play the guard, and it will, and it will. So ask for one shot, make the other. Now for Sarah's gonna be really nothing else except to play that raise. Now you could play this 2 ways. You could throw a lot of weight at this and hope to get it, or maybe play a softer way and just try to sit in there.
Right. And I think mainly because of the scoreboard is why she's playing this shot. If you play lightweight, yes, don't make it good, you might just add another guard. Oh, she's playing it quite late.
This one's already curling out of Sarah Luckwood's hand. She's not on it yet. It's going to be close. No, they waited a little too long, did they? No, they didn't. And it's going to roll, and very good line call by Sarah Daniels. Everybody up here thinking that rock was gone. This way, they are now sitting 1 with the hammer. Now, for Team Bulls here, Craig, which way do you want to roll?
I would be tempted to roll behind your own rocks. It would be a pretty short run back if you roll behind the yellow.
This rock's going to be close. Maybe just got caught in between, and they will stick it on the nose. And for Team Daniel, it's going to be...
They want to roll the other way now to be behind their own rock. Although the blues aren't really runnable, so they can roll either way. It's nice now too, because they will be in front of the tee line.
This one's going to be close. I had to wait for it to get by that yellow guard first.
And then
They
they lost
will.
it.
We'll make a small roll, but another chance for Team Bulls here to make the hit and roll the other way. Chance here to sit 1 without last rock. This one again. This one's curling. And they will give a little roll over there on the left. But again, another chance to hit and roll here. Who can make the hit and roll first? That's the question we're all asking. Now Sarah gets her turn at it. Sarah, her first rock here in the fifth. Of course, 8 end games. These teams are on a time clock right now. This one's looks like not going to curl enough for him. It's going to roll out now. A chance for Elizabeth Bowles here to put one in a good spot to try to steal Craig.
Yes, you certainly want to make the best shot you can here to make Sarah's shot as hard as possible. You can't prevent everything. Sarah will still have a draw to the button. But they haven't been easy to make today so far. So.
It's going to be come around here, a chance to sit one without the hammer. Sweepers are saying it's heavy out of her hand. It's got to get off that yellow, and it does. Now, will it sit down? Will it sit? It's Jordan Henson on the brush, and it will sit back the 8 foot, and it will do the job. As it's going to force Sarah to draw for her one here.
Obviously, would have liked it a little closer to the button, but like you say, it does force them to one.
Sarah Daniels here needs full 8 foot to get her single. Sweepers are on this one. It looks to be very close. And they will sweep it to the 4 foot, and it's going to be a score of 1 for Brian Jessel BMW and Team Daniels. It'll be 6-2 after 5 ends. First draw here at the Anita Cochrane at the Royal City Curling Club. An update of what's going on around so far. Over on sheet 1 on women's action, it's Team Calhoun up 3-1 over the 4K girls squad. And that one looks like they just finished the 5th end. We'll give you an update as soon as we can over there. Over on sheet 2, it's Team Drexel with a 5-3 lead over Emily Bowles. That's currently in the 6th. Over on sheet 3, it's Team Affeli over Team Douglas. They're on skip stones in the 5th. On sheet 5, it's from the Real City Curling Club. It's Team Sato. They look to be up over Team Kamada, up 2-0 over Team Kamada from Japan. And on sheet 6, it's the Young Guns of Team Faye are up 6-4 over Team Carpenter.
This is starting to get our own.
That rock from Hannah slides to the back of the 8th foot, and now down 4 if Elizabeth's going to ask Sasha for the guard. This one's going to slide, and it's going to stay outside of the ring. So not an ideal spot for your corner, but it is unhittable at the moment.
Good non-sweeping on that one.
Just going to ask for this one top 4 foot. And will come up short. Hannah struggling with her draw weight the last few lines. Just can't get that right one down. Another chance for Team Bulls to throw the corner, but they maybe like to draw around the partial center guard, Greg.
Yes, I do like this call. Again, you're down, you need rocks in play, so if you throw it up short, it can't be hit.
So this one need the corner guard from Sasha. It's going to get over the hog line. It is a corner guard, but a very long corner. Jordan here for Team Daniel is going to be asked for the come around again, try to put that rock on the 4 foot above the tee line, which is seemed to be a struggle for both sides today. This one's got some speed to it and will go through the house. Now you do, for Team Bulls, you do have that very high corner guard. Do you maybe want to throw another one short of it or maybe come around again?
Well, I think with the combination of the high one and the tight one, it actually is not a bad combination. Normally this would curl out the other side, but because of the tight guard, it should end up behind that one.
So this one be come around draw. Sit there on the, just outside the 4 foot 4 shot stone. But it's an accessible rock for Sarah here, and they're going to ask to take it out. So get in there with some hack to board weight. This one's getting close to the guard. It will sneak by. And they will make contact and just roll the middle of the 8 foot there. Good sweep there by Hannah and Sarah. A chance to freeze here for Team Bulls.
Yes, you can bury this one with backing. So. Might not be shot. It would still be a good rock.
Keepers need to get it there. Looks like it's going to overcurl as well. Weight's not too bad on it, but it will sit the top of the 12 foot.
That was a bit of a sweeping error. They swept to make it curl, forgetting about the weight.
Seems the way with this weight, we've seen the curl today. It seems neither team should have to sweep for the curl. So for another chance for Sarah here to put one in and really put the pressure on. This rock's one very close. It is going to be get by now. Looks like it is going to sit top 4 foot, and Sarah Loken with a perfect draw there. Although it is partially open, looks like. Maybe a chance to soft weight hit and roll for Team Bulls, Craig?
Yes, I think especially with the scoreboard, you've got to try these harder shots. If the game was closer, you'd probably run the front. They can't afford to do that.
It's Kayla Wilson. Left hander as well. It's an all lefty back end here for Team Bulls. This one's got to get by the guard there. It's going to be very close. And it will nick off. Now where will this roll to? It will roll just short of the rings, but it will open up that center one, but a chance for Sarah to plug it all up. Sarah Logan with her last stone here in the 6th. This one needs the curl, or else it's not going to block the shot, and it will undercurl for them. And now a chance here for Team Bulls. Now, do you have to maybe make the double on this one, Craig, or do you just try for the single, at least get the one out and roll behind cover?
I think this is a perfect opportunity to make the double. The roll is good, but the double obviously is a lot better.
As we wrap up third stones here in the 6th, it's Kayla Wilson. This one's getting close to that yellow guard. Will sneak by. Will clip that one on the 4 foot, but roll out. Again, another over curl on the hit. Sarah's got a chance now to make this one better and sit buried.
How was lunch?
Jeez. Play the camera, and you do want to end up behind the guards, but it will leave an opportunity for Team Bulls.
I could do.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get it.
Even a tight guard won't be a bad shot here.
Anything but heavy for
Anything but heavy, right?
anything but heavy is a good result. This one looks like it's coming in quite nicely. And it will sit top 8 for now, sitting 3 for Team Daniels. Although again, it is partially open now. Team Bulls, no easy shot for you here.
It did overcurl a little bit and give them a bit of an opportunity, but not an easy shot.
Ideally, you want to score 2 on this end. Now, what's the best way, Craig, to get your 2?
I think I like this shot. Hit and roll. You could try freezing to the back one or bumping it a bit. Although with the guards, that would be easy either.
No, it's a very tight hole. So it's going to be the hit and roll, and at least try to sit in there for second shot. If you're not second by this, you can pretty much put to bed the chance of getting 2.
If they do this properly, they should be able to get second.
Sweepers haven't touched this one. Like Kayla's saying, it's a little wide. And they might go through the hole and clip the back one, and will nick and will hit the back one. They are a shot rock. Very lucky break for Team Bulls.
I'd say that was the plan. Definitely.
Not the plan, but a great result. Probably one of those shots you can only make without calling it. I think like they try to call that when you're not going to make it. And now for Sarah, do you just try to plug it up now, or try to get one in there and sit one?
I think you try and come right in, but the miss is obviously short.
Now, is there room to draw, or like I don't know if there's enough room to maybe tap that on the nose?
Yeah, I think you almost have to move it. That's a very small hole with draw weight.
So, go to attack here, tap it up to the 4-foot.
Or if you're a little heavy, it might just go squeeze through the hole and tap it far enough. Oh, just throwing the guard.
Throwing the guard, playing the safe shot here. Well, plug it up, and now it's going to be a shot for 2 for Team Bulls here. Play the tap. I don't really see anything for anything more.
Well, no, there's nothing for more than 2, I don't think.
And right now the question for them is, where do they put the broom on this one?
You're going to have interesting time with sweepers because you have to judge the
Well, they don't seem to be liking the in-turn draw.
It is doable, but it's just maybe not appealing to the eye.
Yeah. Not quite sure what she's doing here.
I think they are playing the tap.
Yeah.
And the tap on the blue just off the center line there. Needs to get to the 4 foot for the deuce. But right now, just a score of 1 for Team Bulls. Sweeper's on it right out of her hand. Gotta keep it straight for line. It is moving. But it is throwing a lot of weight at this. And they just throw too much weight. And they will hit their own up, but they still will end up with 1. And after 6 sounds, we have Team Daniels and Brian Jessel BMW 6, Elizabeth Bowles 3.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Back inside the Royal City Curling Club for this 7th end between Team Bulls and Team Daniels and Brian Jessel BMW. I'm Jordan Kiss alongside Craig Lightbody. This is the first event of the BC Junior Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western. Also our event sponsors, our supporting sponsors, Via Sport and Hosting BC, of course. Let's get set for this 7th end. So we Team Daniels with the hammer. Up 3 here in the 7th and a chance to finish off here in the 7th if they can.
Most of the game has been played this way, with Team Bulls throwing up guards and Daniels trying to come around them.
And Lindner trying to make the come around, wasn't able to make them in her last end. Zara comes to rest in the top of the 12 foot. Now, Team Bulls here. You do need, ideally you want to steal this, and would you maybe consider throwing another center guard, Craig?
I would definitely throw up 2 center guards, yes.
They are gonna opt for the come around draw. And this one's gonna come up very nicely. It's a great shot there by Sasha Wilson. Buried on the side of the button, but a chance for Hannah to come in and sit right back on top of it. sweepers have backed off from. It needs to sit down. And will come to rest of the back of the forefoot, but doors open for Team Bulls here to sit 2 on the button. Buried. Or maybe, Craig, do you just maybe throw up another guard?
Well, there are already 2 guards. I think it would be hard not to set up a double. I like this call. You just made this shot. I know it's a different player, but you should know it. And if you can make it right on top, you're sitting pretty good.
Haley Dubois. We need to get on this one for Lions. Getting close to those guards now. Gotta get it by. Don't want to tick, and they will not hit it off. Move it over. Now a chance for Team Daniels and Jordan Henson now to run their own in, and opportunity missed by Team Bulls.
Trying to open it up, and if you make it perfect, you play the run back.
On it right out of her hand. Looks like it's going to be pretty good here by Jordan, and we'll make contact. We'll take the back one, but it will end up sitting 3 after all of that. And there is still another blue guard up there for Team Bulls to use. That's getting close to desperation time for them. That last rock against 3. You need to make one here, or else that guard is going for Team Daniels.
Yeah, Bowles is not sitting that bad. They just need to make some really good shots.
This one will just rub off the edge of it and sit for a corner, and Sarah's gonna elect to play the counter round instead of maybe playing the safe call and just peeling those 2 guards. She probably sees an opportunity to really put the foot on the gas pedal here and maybe trying to end it here in the 7th.
Yeah, it's the only thing is they don't really need many more points. I would be more defensive. I'd be running the guards. You know, your yellow rock at the top 12 is a nice rock to have if you can see it.
Yeah.
Right now it's covered.
And this one slides through, and that's the risk you play when coming around. Now it's a chance for Team Bulls to play the same shot and sit really nicely if they can sit it above the tee line on the top forefoot.
Yeah, it drives me crazy from here. It's the sun. Yes.
Kayla Wilson. It's a really good opportunity here for her team. This one's looking good. If they can get by that yellow, will they? It will. Just like, but it will sit up top there. Still, right now, it's like 4 for Team Daniels. Ask for another come round again here. This one again's got some weight to it. This one's hanging out there as well. sit down to the back of the forefoot, but lots of back in there for Team Bowles.
Yes, you could say that Daniels has too many rocks in play, actually.
And they're all four of them right behind the tee line, which is...
If you get this one in good, it will be very hard to get out.
This one's gotta get it there, needs to get there. Sweeper's working hard on it, but it will come up short, and that takes away kind of the angle you had on the nose on your own blue. Again, Sarah Daniels. Again, find ourselves in the same situation. Who can get a rock buried above the tee line first? I was looking at our options here, maybe deciding which way to go at it.
Yeah, the both shots are there, so you could only take away one or make a good shot on one side.
Or maybe asking for the guard. And then you have already played your last two shots that wide draw on the other side. Why wouldn't you just do that again?
Yes, and especially since you can see more of the forefoot on the out-turn side. And you might be able to catch a piece of the forefoot with this if it's perfect tee-line weight. There goes another guard.
It's gonna rack. Won't open anything up. And again, for Team Bulls, they have to get in here now. You think the opportunity there is to still two, Craig?
Well, certainly one.
Only one. You need at least one for.
Yeah, you
Team
need
Bulls,
one
so
for sure.
If you could find a way to get two, that would be ideal. That's gonna be another come around here. Just get shot out of this rock is what they want. And Elizabeth blows here as we get set for skip stones here in the 7th end. Sweepers are saying it's heavy out of her hand. This one's wide as well. This one's not curling, but it is coming down. It's like catch some of the slow areas that far out, and will sit for looks like second shot, but a net chance for Team Gans to hit and run. I don't think they're too worried about jamming here, Craig.
No, as long as they get it out, they will be perfectly fine.
Or they can also maybe think of maybe just nosing it, or
Well, those would be a great result. Even a tad inside roll.
yeah, if they can roll out, that would really force Elizabeth to have to make a super hard shot on the last. They're not on it right now. Needs to curl for him. Don't want to hit this thin.
Good enough.
It will do the job, and it's going to be A draw for 1 for Elizabeth Bowles here in the 7th end. A chance to come home down 2. Needs full 8 foot to score.
Well, Sarah does have last rock, I believe.
Yeah, just what you want to see. I would highly suggest looking at your own.
So it is Team Daniels with last rock here. And
Sometimes it's good to be able to see. All right, enough battling.
Elizabeth needs to make this shot. Needs to at least be shot rock here. We have to play a tick here. It's heavy and it's gonna slide right on through. It'd be safe to say, Craig, that this will be the final shot of the game.
Yeah, it's not the way they want it to end up. You wanna at least make the other skip make their shots.
So the Sarah Daniels here with the draw for 6 to finish it off here in the 7th. Just needs a good chunk of the house and she will get her points. And she will move to 1-0 and Team Bulls to 0-1. Both these teams will be back in action tonight at 6 o'clock. Put it in the rings. And it is going to be handshakes and draw 1 here in the Anita Cochrane. Will be Team Brian Jessel BMW and Sarah Daniels 12 and Elizabeth Bowles 3. It was almost a good first draw, but we will be back again at 2 o'clock for as we come back to women's action. It'll be Team Gaidos against Team Sophie Brissett. That coming up at 2 o'clock right here on Sheet 4 on Curl BC's YouTube page. From Craig Lightbody, I am Jordan Kiss. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you again at 2 o'clock.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.